Hello tennis guys and welcome to my channel. So I have another great question under my Babolat Pure Drive versus Babolat Pure Arrow comparison. Which one is for you? The question comes from Major Man IG8 by. Hello, I started watching your videos and I'm very interested in your opinion and I need help because I see that you understand each other very well. I changed Babolat Pure Drive Tour to Speed Pro because I was looking for better control, and I got that with the feeling that my power is a little weaker. I used the RPM blast strings and now after almost a year I feel a little stiff and I don't feel the best shots. It seems that I need to hit a little harder, and now my question is whether I should change the strings or maybe I should try Head Gravity Pro or maybe MP because I will go right here because of that feeling of the game, or maybe Pure Strike 100 Gen 4. Otherwise I am an intermediate player. I'm 30-year-old and I play now for maybe 3 years of professional tennis. When I mean playing, I have a coach, I train and I play with my club friends. And I'm left-handed player. My playing style is that I play 80% on the baseline. I defend defensively, and I mainly attack from the counter. There are times when I attack, but I prefer when I defend, and Novak is my favorite player and I like his style of play. So first of all, let's start with the fact that the Babolat Pure Drive Tour and Speed Pro are quite different rackets. Major Man wanted to change that perspective and change that feel of the racket for more control, so he kind of switched the power for more control. That's what you can do just by switching to the different type of racket that is less powerful, it's more control oriented, which the Speed series definitely is compared to the Pure Drive. There is this thing he is using, and I mean this is maybe the biggest thing actually, that might sound like a small detail, the string, but actually in this case it can mean a lot. So the RPM blast string, I love that string. I played with this string for a couple of years, but the problem with RPM blast is that it goes quickly, it goes really quickly into the dead state where the string doesn't work. The tension maintenance on RPM blast is absolutely horrible. So that's a string that you probably should use only in case where you can afford restringing your racket after a couple of hours. I mean literally after like 4 or 5 hours, just cut the string out and restring the racket. Otherwise the string loses elasticity, it becomes very soft, but there is not the power of the string, there is not the regeneration, so the string just becomes soft and unresponsive, and in that case it can turn into this the stiff very muted kind of feel that you just don't get the energy from the string like when it is freshly strung. And that's quite a big difference between the RPM blast and other similar strings, the similar polyester strings, that the RPM blast really plays very well right from the start when it's fresh. Some other strings need the break-in period like 1-2 hours and then they play great until almost the very end, but the RPM blast plays great right from the start, but it gets worse and worse and worse, and it gets into the point that is almost unplayable, and you lose the feel, you lose the power, you lose the elasticity, and it's a really a string that requires restringing. So don't wait until the string breaks, because then it is too late. And this can also cause some arm problems too. So just change the string, try something different, because the Speed Pro likes the Hawk touch. It likes Hawk, classic Hawk string, or Lynx string, Lynx Tour. These are strings that they last a little bit longer with the tension maintains, and this can help you to maintain the feel and the power you need. Just experiment with the string. I recommend the Black Coat from Technifiber. It's very similar to Blast, but it has a lot better tension maintains. Then you suggested that should I switch to the Head Gravity Pro or maybe MP? That sounds like an interesting idea, because the Head Gravities are fantastic rackets. There are not many rackets like the Gravities on the market. So a very specific head shape, loads of power, yet great control, great spin potential, or very good stability. Arm-wise, quite comfortable rackets. Softer, the softer feel, softer RA, lower RA. The MP for me is enough, I would say. The Pro is at some situations better, but for the long time hitting, the Pro for me is too demanding. It feels just too heavy to hit with the racket, like 3 hours, a long 3-hour match. So I would go with the Gravity, then with the MP version. So that's a nice idea, because the Gravity really has the power and yet has the control and spin potential that the Pure Drive kind of hasn't really. But it is a nice mixture between the speed, the Radical, and the Boom series, let's say. So Gravities are great rackets and one of the best additions on the racket market in the last couple of years from Head. Then you suggest the Pure Strike 100, the 4th generation, the latest generation. That's a different type of racket. You have more control. The racket feels stiffer. I'm not sure if it is a good choice if you were playing with the Pure Drive Tour and now Speed Pro. The Pure Strike, it feels like more of a pro stock racket that maybe needs some customization. It's more raw. It has this more raw feel. It hasn't that big sweet spot to really have the comfort zone, the easy hitting sensation. The Pure Strike just requires that you are almost always spot on with your form and with the hitting. So I would say the Pure Strikes are maybe the last rackets I would recommend for someone who is, let's say, still on his learning journey and who wants to play more from the baseline compared to someone and defend, because Pure Strikes are not easy rackets you can use for defense, right? They are more for the attacking style, one-handed backhand, great sticks. They fly fast through the air, super fast rackets. But all in all, it is a racket that really requires a good hitting and very, very precise footwork and so on, and not for a baseline play. So yes, Head Gravity MP. The Pro for me is a no-go, but the Speed Pro is also a very demanding racket, so maybe you can try the Gravity Pro. They can be on the similar level. the the swing weights around 330, you know, they can be there, and if you can handle them for a couple of hours, why not? But I suggest that the MP is just a little bit more forgiving, and it will give you also a little bit easiness on the court. So yeah, and as you talk about uh, that your playing style is 80% on the baseline defense, you're playing like Novak. So you know, the Speed Pros, essentially because of the string pattern 18 by 20, they are more muted, they are more stiff. So why the Speed Pro? Why not the Speed MP? Just go a little bit lower. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just try with the racket that really works for you all the time. Not only that works for you when you are in the great condition, when you are really prepared for the match, because you are not always prepared for a match or training. You are not a professional player. You don't really spend your whole day just working on a tennis technique and physique and so on. So we are just normal human beings who go to work, and then we have just a little bit fun on the court. So the Speed Pro, very demanding. So maybe you should try to switch to the Speed MP, and then try maybe a different racket, completely different racket, like the Head Gravity MP. So guys, that's just my advice on this topic. Write me below your comments. What do you think about switching these rackets? You know, Babolat Pure Drive Tour, Speed Pro, quite different rackets. What about you? Have you ever switched from a completely different brand to a different type of racket? How did you feel about it? Because sometimes the sensation is there right from the start, but the more you play with the racket, you realize, oh, it's not really, you know, it's not really the racket I want. So the skeletons are coming from the basement, and you are realizing, oh, the problem is here and there, and yeah, it was so great at the beginning and great honeymoon effect, and now it's getting worse and worse. So sometimes it is better that you have the bad, let's say, relationship with the racket right from the start, and you're going through the phase, you're learning, you're coming to the good things of the racket, you're realizing, okay, it's not that bad, and then you can become a best friend with the racket because you overcome the first bad, let's say, or not so pleasant experience right from the start. So guys, thank you so much as always for your comments. This one just inspired this video, so don't hesitate, comment, and maybe one of your comments will get into the video and it can help other people too. That's the main reason, and that's the main reason why I'm doing this channel. I'm not doing any clickbaits or something like that, easy videos, sensations and so on. I just think always that when I'm making a video, does it help to anybody, or is it helping only me, myself, my ego, or something like that? No, does this topic, does this question help anyone? Yes, there is one person that it helps, and maybe there are other persons, other people who can help with this question. So that's the main reason. Help is the main reason, the main fuel of my channel. And yeah, that's how I was born. I always wanted to help people, and free of charge. This is free of charge. But of course, you can support my channel. There are 4 options. You can become my member. So just click the join button, and for $2 a month, you can become my member of the club, of the Tennis Guys Supporter Club. And then there are the other 3 options. There is the Super Thanks button, the Buy Me a Coffee, and the PayPal option. And all these 3 options give you the opportunity to ask me a direct question, that the question goes directly to me, and it is guaranteed I will reply to the question as best as I can and as fast as I can. And it's a deal. So when you give something to me, I give something back to you. And for now, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, enjoy tennis, play tennis, watch tennis every time, every day. And don't forget to enjoy the manooovrlbity. Bye, guys.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious! That ball was on the line!